We are live. I'm telling you, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, babe.
Good morning.
Thank y'all. I hope that everybody is doing good today. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. We have an amazing show lined up for you today.
Oh man, what an appropriate guest we have. We got two guests, but the first one I'm going to talk about right now because today happens to be Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a retired veteran. So we're going to talk about that a little bit today.
Absolutely. We are going to get it in today just so that you know, we do have two amazing guests. We have two amazing guests today. We have Dr. Carmela Nanton and we have Jean Turner. We have Nurse Jean Turner. I'm excited. And we do have a topic B, who you decide to be. How do we get there? How do we overcome the things that are keeping us from being who we are supposed to be, who we want to be, and who we choose to be? We're going to talk about all of that today, and we're going to be right back in just a moment. We will be right back. I am...
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. Good morning, and like. Oh, I just noticed what you had on. I know we coordinated our colors, but you look really nice today.
As opposed to any other
You always
thing.
look nice. Well, you look particularly coordinated today. We have on our pink and gray.
Yep.
Hey, man, that is so cute.
We got our pink and gray today.
That's right.
I saw what you had on.
Well, good. I'm glad to be noticed. Listen, we're excited that our co-hosts are here, joining on, getting on. Good morning, Brother Ray.
Ray, I found your jam, Ray. I found your jam. I've got your greeting song ready, Ray, finally. I do.
Absolutely. So we're ready to have it for you. I'm telling you, I'm excited.
Diane Cunningham, we love you back. Thank you for saying so.
Hey, Sister Diane, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate our co-host so much so that the first thing this morning Brian wanted to do was say, I found a song for Ray. He actually sent it last night.
I was working on it last night.
I go to bed. It's hard for me to stay awake after it's dark. So for me, I go to sleep, but I try to stay up at least until 9:30, just 10 o'clock, maybe if I can push it, just so that I don't wake up at dark 30 in the morning, which I still do anyway.
What we're talking about, this show's been going on since October of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday, since October 2016. Over 5 years of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And some of our people, some of our producers, some of our guests here, they've been rocking with us for years, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are consistent contributors. And what Lisa and I, we enjoy doing is we like to thank our consistent contributors with a greeting song or a greeting logo.
And we get to do that towards the end of the show. But we are so particularly excited that we came up with one because we really, really, really appreciate Ray. He's been coming, he's been consistent, and we just wanted to do it. What's up to the number one song from the show?
The first one, of course, Billy Bronco.
Billy Bronco. We haven't seen you in a minute. We're so excited to see you today. Good morning.
So we'll do
Brittany.
our oldest song today and our newest.
How about that? Our oldest song and our newest. That's
so our topic.
Today.
Let's get to it.
Good morning.
Our topic is being or becoming who you decide to become.
Absolutely.
Now, the key is, first off, you got to decide who you're going to become.
Absolutely.
You got to decide who you want to be. We ask children that all the time, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Absolutely. And you know what? Sometimes we forget to consistently ask that to ourselves as adults, because it doesn't matter where you've ended up, because a lot of times life just takes us where we're going, right? It doesn't matter where you're ended up. When you come to a revelatory moment, when you come to yourself and you take stock of what's going on and what's around you and what's resonating with you or what you're being pulled to, you may come to a place where you say, you know what, this doesn't align with this. I realized that when I was in corporate, that although I was very good at what I was doing, hey, Melissa, we've missed you. Although I was very good at what I was doing and I was actually successful in it, there was a missing piece.
Man, there's so much I want to say about that. Any job that anyone currently has, any relationship that a person currently has, at some point, it was exactly what you wanted.
Please remember that.
Okay. At some point, that job that you got, even if it's menial, the day they hired you because you applied, and when you got the job, you really wanted it. You wanted it exactly at that moment. But even though the job that you have and the relationship you have, at one point, it was exactly what you wanted, there does come a time, very often it happens, where you realize, this ain't me.
Right.
This ain't what I thought I signed up for. I have a good friend who told me a story about, and he does very well in business, by the way. He's in mortgages. But at one point, he was a clerk at a gas station, a cashier at a gas station, as an adult man. And he said he was working at a gas station, punching in numbers for gas. It was someone said, give me 25 on pump 6. And he knew how to do the job. And he realized, this ain't me. This ain't me. This is not what I'm about. This ain't me.
But that's a great moment. That's a great moment in your life. But the problem comes when we just simply allow that to agitate us, but we don't allow it to compel us or motivate us to do anything different. Sometimes who you see yourself as and who you are so different that there are going to be some steps that you need to take in order to become who you see yourself as.
Billy Bronco is excited to see Melissa. He said, Melissa in all caps with exclamation points. We love it when our guests love each other.
I know, Brittany. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She says, Lisa, you look beautiful. Thank you so much. Good morning for life, CPL. Thank you so much for joining.
Again, our topic, now we do have two amazing guests, and we're going to bring the first one up in just 3 minutes from now.
Hey, Katura, good morning.
Yes. Oh, man, I had a wonderful thought, and it just left me. This happens at age 53.
It'll come back. It'll come back. It's probably in the bottom of your coffee cup.
I'm going to keep working on it.
It'll come back. But you know what?
I remember the thought now.
See?
I had to take a sip of coffee.
Absolutely.
Becoming who you decide to become. Now, I am a sales confidence coach. I'm the world's recognized authority on selling services. But there was a 3-month time period in 2013 where I wasn't coaching anybody. I wasn't training anybody. I had taken a job, a job at a company where I was just making sales over the phone. I worked there for 3 whole months. And even during those 3 months, I've told Lisa this story. I mentioned it to you here before. If someone stopped and asked me, what do I do? I would always say I'm a sales coach or a sales trainer, even though I wasn't sales training. But it was just innate. It came out every time. And then I was like, why do I keep telling people I'm a sales trainer and I'm not training anybody on how to sell? It's because that's who I saw myself as.
Right.
That's who I thought I should be and was.
Billy Bronco wants to know what kind of coffee you got today. What kind of Joe
This
today?
is Colombian. Okay. I know Billy's looking for me to say I got some coffee with some stuff in it, but it ain't. This is just a regular old coffee pod. And it says Colombian on the pod.
So how are you moving, or how are you dealing with, if you have come to that revelatory moment in your life, how are you dealing with the challenge of who you see yourself as and who you are being incongruent?
Our guest is coming up very, very soon, but I want to say this real fast. Aretha Franklin and Lawrence Fishburne. Aretha Franklin tells the story that people always ask her, how do I get into singing? How do I become a singer? And she gives them the same answer. If you want to be a singer, then sing. Sing everywhere you can. Sing in church. Sing in the community centers. Sing. If you want to be a singer, you have to be singing. Lawrence Fishburne tells the story. People always say, how do I become an actor? How do I get into acting? If you want to be an actor, act. Act everywhere you can. Act in the church play. Act in the community center place. Act in the community college place. Act. Someone says they want to become a stand-up comedian, but they don't go to the shows. They don't know anybody that's a current comedian. They don't go up to amateur night. That's incongruent. Okay. If you want to do a thing, be in it. Okay. I don't know if that's a good lead in for Miss Jean Turner or not.
I think it is.
Do
you want to go ahead and introduce our first guest?
Oh, now I just met this lady and she's super. She already has her face decorated with a smile. And I love that when they come like that. But I'm going to read her bio that was sent over. Jean Turner is a retired Army and Iraqi war veteran, board certified holistic RN and wellness expert. She's an author, global speaker, licensed minister, radio personality, podcaster, and the chief wellness officer of Spirit of a Warrior Life Enterprises, LLC. Her focus is on helping others elevate their health with special emphasis on those battling heart disease, diabetes, and cancer through lifestyle balance so that they can reach their maximum wellness capacity and be the healthiest version of themselves that they can be.
Wow.
Under her business umbrella, Jean uses the mediums of radio and podcasting, Health Chat with Coach Jean Show, one-on-one and group wellness coaching sessions, nonfiction books, workbooks, and signature wellness programs that afford her clients the ability to exceed their intended results. Tenured in the nursing profession for over 3 decades, Jean utilizes a holistic approach to empower her clients to take charge of their health, body, mind, soul, and spirit. Welcome to the stage, Miss Jean Turner.
Oh, y'all are too kind. Thank you so much, Brian and Lisa.
I was reading your stuff. I was thinking, what could you do if you was just not so lazy? I mean, really. I love all you do, my sister. Thank you for your service and for your commitment to being who you are. Thank you.
Y'all are so kind. I just want to thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to be on this fabulous show. Thank you so much. And thank you for your service. I appreciate you as well. And so, yeah, I'm excited. You all are just a bunch of energy, and I love it because I like to be me, and I feel like I can be me. I'm going to be professional, but I like to laugh and have fun as well. And Brian and Lisa, y'all seem like y'all are my type of people, so I'm ready to get it popping.
Because I read your bio, but I want you to be yourself. I want to yield you some time right now. Please introduce yourself however you would like to.
I mean, you did an outstanding job, but what I will say, I'm going to add to that and say I am God's girl because I've come a long way in such a short time. I am a miracle, a living, walking miracle because something happened to me, 3 years ago that I didn't see coming, just out of left field. And I'm grateful to be here, like literally died, had to code. I went in cardiac arrest and I wasn't supposed to be here. Said I'm here. So I'm very grateful.
You're here. And you know what? It's not that you weren't supposed to be here. It's probably because you were supposed to be here. But you know that the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And he wants to keep you from your purpose. But God had another thought coming.
Yes, he did it. I'm so glad about it.
This thing here about 30 years in nursing, I think I read.
Started like 10
or
11?
9. You had to be like 9 when you started your profession.
No. I became a nurse. I got licensed in 1987. I'm a product of the 60s, 63.
I'm born in 67, but you look 10 years younger than me.
I know.
But that's part of what you do. That's what you do. You help people to have the best versions of their physical being, mind being, right?
It's important. It is so important. And part of my mission is to get others to realize that we are more than just physical beings, right? We have a spirit, we have emotions, our mental state, even our relationships, our social well-being with healthy relationships, and our financial well-being. Look, when you ain't got 2 nickels to rub together and your money funny, it causes stress, anxiety, and that leads to some other physical manifestations that we do not want, right? Okay. Right. Healthy environment. So it's all important and it's all interconnected. So that's a huge part of my message. Balance. There must be balance.
There needs to be balance in all of those areas because so often we find many people gravitate to one or two. They're either financially, mentally, or
focused on work,
maybe
work.
not spiritually, or maybe spiritually and not physically. There's always something that's missing. And I find that it's almost a juggling act for me, that I can focus really, really great on one and maybe even two areas where they're going, and that third area is just holding on, right?
Neglected
but it's a little bit more neglected. And it's about shifting intentionally and strategizing intentionally to make sure that all of the areas are balanced.
Well, Sister G, I want you to teach me, because I have never been, I'm either rocking in my business and neglecting my fitness, or I'm focused on fitness and my business take a dip. So help me. What you got?
Well, first of all, let me just say this, if I may. We all, many of us are entrepreneurs. I just retired in August of last year and went straight into entrepreneurship, right? So I understand the grind. I call it the grind, right? That's what we used to call it back home in New York. But even with the grind, many of us are not taking the time, even if it's just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to do some form of self-care, to do something for us. Yes, we busy, but are we that busy? Like 15 to 20 minutes. Perfect example. I left the radio station one day. I was like, you know what? I need to take a break. Did I have work to do? Yes. Guess what I did? I went to the park, got on the swing and swung in that swing like I used to when I was a little girl growing up in New York. We have to make the choice, because we are given the gift of choice. If I may say, God gives us the gift of choice.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Thank you for that. Because that reinforces for me, like right now, I am really focusing on a journey to balance these things for myself. And some of that requires me to take on some parts of my personality that I don't typically assert, right? So I have to assert a bit of, it's self-care, but it looks like selfish, and it could look selfish to some people. But it is self-care. And it's been a challenge for me, even in the first couple of days, even at home, because as understanding and as considerate as my husband is, it looked strange to him.
Yeah,
and he had to, he even mentioned it this morning. When I get up an hour before what I'm doing, I'm not getting up to do something for you. I'm not getting up to have a conversation with you. I'm not getting up to prepare something for you. I'm getting up to focus on me.
What do you mean you're not getting up for me?
And I got text messages and instant messages from right here in the house, and I'm just trying to have me time, which I did. I mean, we said it beforehand, but I think it is about it's about communicating it. We did effectively communicate today, I think. But I think that some of it is difficult because people don't always understand self-care and selfish. So can you kind of help clarify some of that?
I like I always say, self-care is self-love. And it's not selfish, but I believe, especially us as women, we are nurturers. We are so much to so many people that we internally feel some kind of guilt if we don't continue to nurture and do for spouse and children and grandchildren and everybody. I think that it's more of us, because we're so used to doing it. But it also takes the communication. And I love what you said, the text messages. But our partners do understand that okay, let me just give them these few moments, and I will, like, it's a partnership. It's really a partnership.
Yeah, and I got a great partner. And I got it when she told me what was going on. She goes,
and kudos to you.
Yeah,
yes,
of course. It made sense right away after I got it. Now, Sister Jean, you're so likable. It's very likely that somebody is watching this broadcast today and say, you know what, I like her. I'm vibing with her spirit. I want to hear some more. How do you prefer people that connect with you, that want to connect with you in some kind of way?
Oh, well, they can always go to my website, www.spiritofawarrior.life. Yes, there's a story behind that too. I'll tell y'all about one day.
Okay.
Absolutely. We got
So
that.
on your website, they'll be able to find you and
They sure will, and contact me directly from my
contact you. Okay,
website.
good.
Yes.
Okay, good.
They can grab her on LinkedIn as well as a nurse coach Jean.
I found you on
And
LinkedIn today.
On Clubhouse at Nurse Coach 63, baby.
Yeah.
Also, you're one of the reasons why we're blessed to have you today is because you have a speaking opportunity coming up.
Oh, yes. I'm always excited about the Women of Success, right? And the Success Women's Conference next week. Can y'all believe it? It's already next week, November 18th through the 21st. And it is free. Registration is free. But look, if you're ready to get your success on, because now you're supposed to be planning for 2022, right?
Right.
You don't miss this opportunity. And I'm excited. This is my second year on the Success Women's Stage platform. And I am ready to lock and load, rock and roll, as we say in the Army. Yes, indeed. It's going to be fabulous.
I am so excited. Stephanie said, I like her spirit. Amen. The Success Women's Conference, November 18th through the 21st. It is free. It is next week, but you know what? You got to register. Go to successwomensinternational.com or successwomensconference.com and register. You will also see opportunities there to upgrade. Why will I upgrade? It's free. Because if you upgrade, you are investing in your own experience. You are investing in getting more out of it than you could just one time round. You'll get videos, you'll get lots of information and insight, and you will just be blessed.
I got to say, now we got just a couple of minutes left with you, Sister Jean, because we got another amazing guest we can't wait to meet and share with our audience. But in these last 2 minutes, our audience that's on here regular, we got some regulars. We're blessed to have regulars. We have a very mature audience. We have a very entrepreneurial audience. We have a very supportive audience, and we have a very loving audience. What would you like to leave this audience with?
What I would like to say, because we are, many of us, we're working, we're grinding, we have careers, we're building businesses, whatever success looks like to you, because success means different things to different people, right? It can mean raising your kids and sending them off to college, going back to school for a second degree. Whatever that looks like for you, do not neglect your health and well-being, because the bottom line is this: we can make all this money and collect these coins, but if we are not healthy and well enough to enjoy it, then what did we labor for? And I don't know about you all, but as I mature, I want to do it gracefully. I want to do it with energy, vitality, and just be happier and healthier. And so I'm entered my second phase of life, retired from the Army, and I'm ready to just resume doing some things that I've always wanted to do and that I believe God has called me to do in this time of my life.
Sister Jean, we have enjoyed you.
Absolutely.
We have enjoyed you very much. We know you're going to rock and roll next week. Thank you for being a guest. Can you hang out in the green room for a little bit?
I sure can. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week.
Was she good? We enjoyed it. We got another one too, y'all. Oh my gosh. First off, Sister Jean, we enjoyed her very much. This next woman we have coming up here, I researched her as much as I could this morning, and she also did send over a bio. Her name is Dr. Carmela Nanton. I hope I pronounced it Carmela correctly. She'll correct me if I didn't. Okay, but she looks great in the green room, y'all. I'm telling you, she's gonna dazzle the camera. But anyway, she's a chief leadership strategist. She's an executive coach and a systems designer for Carmel Connections, Inc. in leadership, diversity, and inclusion. A leader who has educated and developed leaders for more than 2 decades internationally. I am fiercely focused on increasing diversity and inclusion in companies, even if they are turning a profit, and helping executives to leverage their purpose and portfolios to accelerate the transition in their careers. I'm going to read her mission and goal. It says, disrupt leadership culture to develop inclusion-driven leaders who move the needle of women's leadership in business from 5% to 30% by 2030. in all sectors for global leadership advantage. Her name is Dr. Carmela Nanton. Coming to the stage, Dr.
Hi, everybody.
Carmela Nanton.
Thank you.
How are you, my sister?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for having me. And it's a pleasure and a privilege to be here to talk about it.
Well, you look terrific, okay?
Absolutely. We're so grateful
Thank
to
you.
have you with us today. We're looking forward to your talk on next week. I'm excited for the Success Women's Conference.
So before we launch into interview style, please, I want to
Right.
give you a moment or two to just introduce yourself however you like.
Well, with all of the accolades that I have, there are two that stand out. One is that I'm a mother of twins and a son, and I just have a brand new grandson. So, my heart is like there. And I am someone who has seen that God has woven into our society, into our universe, the reality that diversity is key. It is everywhere. And I am continually surprised that businesses and people and groups and communities somehow seem to miss that whole mix. And we want to keep everything one way, but that was not God's design. And so it is my calling from experiences that I've had around the world to help people to become excellent in cross-cultural engagement, to use it as a leverage to accelerate their businesses and so on. And my focus is on executives, of course. I am a leadership and executive business coach. And my mission, as you have stated, is to shake up what is happening in leadership, simply because what leadership is presented as, and they're beginning to see more and more of that, is not the real thing that's under the rug or behind the scenes. Leadership is not all it is cooked up to be. And so I want to be a part and a voice that breaks that up and brings it to the table. And I started the journey with that with my women's leadership series, Hardwired to Lead.
And I saw those books, actually.
I love that. Women hardwired to lead. I love that. That's amazing.
Yes.
I hear a little bit of Caribbean accent. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes, my speech betrays me.
Where from?
Yes, I was born in Aruba.
I think I read that. Yes, Aruba.
Aruba and came to the United States back in the day, and have been here ever since.
I love it. Yes. I love bringing about or helping people with the importance of diversity, because we are all different beings. Exactly. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. And so often the very thing that sets us apart is the missing piece that is being overlooked.
I love that idea.
As I researched you, I got the feeling that you really, really count this as a ministry. Diversity in the workplace and diversity in leadership. Everything on your LinkedIn, everything I could find on you on Facebook, everything. I mean, it's like a ministry, like a major piece, a major calling. How did you come to this place where leadership and diversity became so important to you that you were willing to make it your life's work?
Well, I believe that God situates us as his children, because I'm also ordained. God situates us to have an impact on the marketplace. And from the travels that I've had, because I've had some very interesting experiences in quite a few different places. And from that, the one thing that kept coming back to me was that God said that he's going to bring all of his people together like a large multitude. Yeah. And there's no way we can get together if we're divided. And so the call was on my life to focus in this particular area, to help individuals understand that we need each other. I love the idea of that puzzle piece that I have my piece and you have your piece. There's no competition necessary. We actually need to collaborate for
Absolutely.
power and synergy to happen. And so
Absolutely.
what I do with my with that calling, and in response to your question as well, is that I help executives create more inclusive workplaces. I help them to realign with themselves, because you made a wonderful comment at the beginning where you said that we end up somewhere off on a side road with our
Yeah.
careers, oftentimes, not because we didn't want to do that in the beginning, but people try to reprogram us and change our hardwire
Yes.
and steer us into certain places where they think we will best perform. But God has already hardwired us. And if we can just realign with our purpose and put strategic action behind it, there's no telling what God will do with what we bring to the table.
You know what the heck you're talking about. That's blatantly obvious to me. We don't have a whole lot of time with you, but I want you to talk a little bit more about your feelings about what does it mean hardwired for or hardwired to. What is that?
Yes. Being hardwired, God says in Psalms 139, He knit us together in our mother's womb. He put a program, chip in us, as far as I'm concerned. And in that chip are all the things that He desires and designed us to accomplish on this earth. And I believe that we are to harness that hardwire by aligning with our purpose, by understanding the gifts and the skills that He has given us, and then walking out that purpose. Because at the end of the day, I found that out, by the way, that I was not fully aligned in my purpose. And the Holy Spirit has a way of nudging you and pushing you and pulling you and kind of guiding you in the direction you're supposed to go. And until I zeroed in on it is when I found, the joy again, because I had lost the joy of work. I'd lost all of those things because I was not walking with my hardwire as God had designed me to be.
Now, drcarmelananton.com, is that how you prefer for people to connect with you that want to connect with you?
Yes, you can. It actually info@drcarmelananton.com. And I also, if it's okay with you, wanted to offer a little free gift for individuals.
Absolutely.
What you got?
They can get that by texting FIERCE1 to 66866. And that's another way to get in touch with me.
Give me that number again.
Yes, 66866 and the word FIERCE1.
Got it. Okay. Wow.
And on social media, I am Dr. Carmela Nanton on all of the social media channels.
All right, we're going to post that. We got to wrap with you, but I do want to give you a couple of minutes alone to share with our audience. I think you heard our description of our group. We have a fantastic, loving, supportive, regular crew, the regulars. Okay. So what would you want to leave our amazing co-hosts with?
I want to say that I love that you're willing to talk about anything and that you have ride or die followers. I think that is super, super cool. But what I want to leave with you is this. I want to squeeze in a plug for Success Women's Conference, because the energy and the vibes that come from that sustain me until the next one. I want to thank you, Brian and Lisa, for having us, because you didn't have to do it, but you did. And I want to thank our veterans today, especially. I have worked among them. What they have done to give us the freedom and the life that we enjoy as Americans is something that I am forever grateful for. And I want to say this as I end. When you align with your purpose, your passion becomes the fuel, your strategic action becomes the driver, and it will make the dreams that you have inside you become a reality.
Thank you, my sister. Can you also hang out in the green room for a few with us?
Absolutely, be
So we
glad
can
to.
wrap with you when we're done here. Thank you very much, Dr. Carmela.
Wow, I'm telling you, if you have not already registered, the scroll is going across the bottom. If you have not already registered for the Success Women's Conference, let me make it big for you. I need you to understand that you get 0% of what you don't participate in.
That's right. That's right.
You get 0%. I can come back here on the 22nd and tell you all about the growth and development that I got from rubbing elbows with these amazing ladies and for sharing a platform with them that I am so excited about. But it will not be the same. It will pale into comparison for those of you who did not register. Take the time.
How do you tell someone about an awesome concert you went to?
Even as simple as, you can't.
You can't.
Even as simple as if you have never had a banana, you cannot explain what a banana tastes like to somebody. So, you can make it as simplistic for yourself or as difficult. Stay in your zone. Stay where you are. Get those sweatpants. Be comfortable or stretch yourself. Put yourself in a position where you might have to use a brain cell that you had already put on
Very
vacation,
likely.
that you have to use a thought, or you might have to say, ouch, before you get to say amen. I'm telling you, register for successwomensconference.com. I'm excited. I'm already registered, and I want to see you there. We have some great comments. I want to read these comments
to promote
as well.
This event. We're going to catch up. It's so easy to promote this event because of the amazing quality of the people that are going to be there.
Absolutely.
Y'all met Sister Kern Cherry last week, and she's been helping us by introducing us to these folks here. But let's catch up to the comments.
Absolutely. Please. Dr. Beverly, thank you so much for joining this morning. She says, double scoop of wonderful success. No tapping necessary. Thank you again, Empowerment Duo family. You are very welcome.
Stephanie agrees with Brittany, and Brittany said,
y'all are taking the show to another level of excellent, meaningful guests. I'm telling you, that is a great testament.
Dr. Deborah said,
I'm really enjoying these guests. I definitely need to connect with them. Stephanie
which is a super smart thing to do. You should connect with every single guest. Connect with them.
Absolutely. Stephanie says, fellow Army sister, talking to Coach Jean. I love that. She loves your spirit. Great morning again, Dr. Beverly. Brother Billy says, I like the New York. That was Coach Jean. Billy and I are from the Bronx. We grew up together. We went to elementary school together, actually. Billy Bronco, I can't wait to serenade you.
We're going to do that in just a minute.
Absolutely. Okay. That's right, Dr. Deborah. Thank you for that observation. Yes, all of our being work together. All of us. It takes our mind, body, spirit. It takes our connected energy, which creates a new energy. It takes all of us. Oh. That's right, Boogie Down. Boogie Down Bronx. That's where I hail from, the Boogie Down.
Let me say this here. You guys are making my heart sing. Our guests made my heart sing. Hanging with you guys, hanging with Lisa. But this show does have a purpose.
Absolutely.
It's called Let's Talk About It. We come to the show with basically a few subjects. We come here to talk about personal conversations,
business information,
and spiritual inspiration.
With a little bit of shenanigans thrown in.
That's what we're here to talk about. Her name is Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And together we make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. Now, together we have an expressed ministry.
It's economic independence
through
entrepreneurship.
That's it. Economic independence through entrepreneurship. That's what we believe in.
Absolutely.
We don't begrudge anything else, but our ministry is that. Now, some of you guys have been rocking with us since 2016 or 17 or 18, and some of you guys are consistent contributors, and we like to thank you with greeting songs and greeting logos, and we're going to do that right now. First one up is we're going to debut a new one. Mr. Ray Wilkerson has been a regular contributor to our show for a while, and we've been having great difficulties finding a greeting jam for him. And he sent us Earth, Wind, and Fire's To the Sky to find his inspiration. It's like, keep your head to the sky. That was the jam. So I was listening to it, and it got beautiful lyrics to it too, you know. Master told me one day I'd be free, but along the way I'd make mistakes. And it was just beautiful lyrics.
We're gonna make
I found one in there, Ray.
Statement.
And it's Ray Wilkerson to the sky.
That's right. Ray.
That's your greeting logo. Ray Wilkerson to the sky.
We are affirming that you are making your trajectory to what God has planned for you.
Billy Bronco's up next, and he was actually the first one we came up with way back in 2017, because Billy Bronco is a DJ too, not a kind of DJ. He's a real DJ. Okay, so here's this Billy Bronco.
Ha!
Billy Bronco.
Ha!
Michelle DeWitt has a greeting jam too. It's DeWitt, Michelle DeWitt.
I have to take a moment. I have to say this. Sister Michelle, they're actually here today, but Sister Michelle DeWitt, Dr. Deborah, and Stephanie Morris surprised me yesterday.
Oh man, that whole story.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta tell the story real quick.
They surprised me
yesterday afternoon. I'm in the backyard having a cigar, my afternoon cigar, and Stephanie Morris come walking around the back of the house. Now she's a friend of ours. Okay, no big deal. Stephanie's here. I'm like, hey, Stephanie, how you doing? What's up? She goes, I'm here to get Lisa. So I I call Lisa because I was out back having a cigar. And Lisa's like, okay. I said, Stephanie Morris is here. She goes, okay. Lisa thought Stephanie was coming to pick up some tea or something.
Yes, time to pick up some tea.
So she came and gave her a bag of tea and
went back upstairs.
But Stephanie was actually here to pick up Lisa to
and
take her somewhere.
I didn't know that. Yes, I didn't know that. I was on the phone with the client. I had another client. And when Stephanie came, I thought that she was coming to pick up her tea blossoms that Melissa had brought by sometime before. And so I brought them down. I was still on the phone. I brought them down. I handed it to her. And then I went to go back upstairs because I thought Michelle DeWitt was coming to pick me up to take me to lunch. And I didn't think I had to say anything or do anything. I went.
Now, we have two cars here. Lisa could have drove herself. But the plan was...
No, I couldn't drive myself. It was at 3:30. It's going to be dark like 5 o'clock.
The plan was they said that they was coming to pick her up. Okay.
Yes, so they were going to come pick me up. So anyway, then I found out that that Stephanie was actually here to pick me up. I got in her car and she drove me to Olive Garden.
Now, Lisa was suspicious along the way.
Yeah, like, what?
So she texts me, Brian, do you know what's going on here? What's going on? I was like, I have no clue.
I didn't tell them that. I was like, what is going on here? Well, I get to the Olive Garden and then another car is arriving and it's Dr. Deborah and Michelle DeWitt. And those three ladies took me inside and they just gave me an appreciation luncheon that was so unexpected and so appreciated.
Who does that? Come on.
I absolutely love it. I love having that. It's not my birthday. And it was a just because appreciation.
It was beautiful. Thank you, ladies.
And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful.
These ladies decided to let their friend know that they appreciated her.
Yes, okay. I like what Michelle said. She says, I want to give you your flowers while you can receive them.
That's right.
And I'm trying not to cry because I got my eyelashes on again. So I cried last night when I took off my lashes. Joy right. and
I'm going to keep it moving. So that was a great moment that Lisa had. Up next is Miss Melissa Price. Melissa Price been rocking with us almost 5 years. Ooh. Melissa Price is like the head usher of Let's Talk About It. She has a greeting song that she inspired herself by sending it to us. And her jam goes like this. Bam, 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 bam. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
Melissa. Thank you so much for joining us. Brittany's here. Brittany is here, and I am excited. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany.
It's Brittany. Brittany.
It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Brittany Thomas. We always love when you're here.
Absolutely.
Dr. Deborah Dunston's here too.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunston. Miss Katura Green is here. Hi. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it?
However do you need it?
Do you need it?
Good morning, Katura. How you doing?
Absolutely. I'm grateful.
Stephanie Morris is here.
Yes.
And Dr. Beverly's here. Let's do Dr. Beverly first. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly.
Hey, Stephanie.
Stephanie. Life has
new meaning to me.
There is beauty up above and things we never take notice of. You wake up and Stephanie, you're in love. Craig Sabb is here. Craig Sabb, 1,000 degrees.
You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning, begging, please.
Brother Freeze. Come on, Craig.
Good morning, Craig. Good morning. We're grateful. We're going to have like a whole album show. My goodness.
I think we got
the
about
songs
50.
are just coming and coming. Well, yeah, we got it. We have got it.
We got everybody today so far. Good.
Absolutely. It is Brittany's time, honey. It is Brittany's time. Brittany is the author of 2 books. She has just registered for the conference. I'm going to tell you, I want to make a bet, and I'm not a betting woman.
What you got?
I want to make a bet that we have some transcendental testimonies as a result of those who attend the Success Women's Conferences. This Success Women's Conference is a 3-day event, the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. That's 4 days, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4.
An album show?
Yes, we need to have an album show. Stephanie, you're trying to make us work. Make us work to have it out there. I'm telling you.
Transcendental is a good word.
Transcendental.
There's only one time I've seen that word used properly, and it was by Bootsy Collins, George Clinton and Bootsy Collins, and they have a song, and they have this lyric in their jam, and they talk about, so I'm going to introduce you to something that y'all don't know about. It's called Transcendental Body Slamming. Transcendental Body Slamming.
No,
how about that?
You. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So y'all not old enough to know about Bootsy Collins and Electric Boogaloo and Dookie Stick and all of that. Y'all don't know about that.
Anyway, Sabrina, who is Sabrina Harrison? Sabrina, we got to get you a song. Hey, my coach Tawana is on. She said, I want a song.
You can get a song.
You can get a
song. Sabrina, you can get a song too. Here's how you get a song. Be a regular. Contribute. Say hi. Contribute to the conversation. This show does not work at all without contributions from you guys. My coach Tawana, we love you and your spirit and what you do. You can get a song.
Just keep coming back and help us to understand you, right? So let us know what genre of music appeals to you. And you know what else we do? What we kind of do, we don't always tell everybody, but we stalk y'all. We go to see you. We want to know what to pray for, what Sabrina, to celebrate with, what to encourage you here, right? We want to know you like you're taking time for us. And sometimes there are people that are living in a world where it looks like they got everything going on.
All right. I got to say this too. Stephanie Morris says share, and share. Okay.
I was in the middle of a statement, sir.
Finish your statement then. I'm trying to fit everything in. See, this is what you don't understand. We've done 2,000 shows, y'all. We've done more than 2,000 shows, and her time is still be missing sometimes.
Sometimes some of us are living in a world where it looks like everything is going fine. And we're silently alone. We're silently depressed. We're silently suffering. And we don't know what we don't know. We don't know that a friend is a phone call away. We don't know that a friend is an inbox away. I appreciate those of you who take a second and just say, this is going on in my family. I don't want to post it, but please pray for me. I will send those prayers up. This is going on in my mind. I don't know why I'm thinking this way, but can you pray for me? We absolutely will. And we also will direct you to people who can help. When things are really, really serious, we welcome the opportunity to pray for you, pray with you, and to send and connect you with someone that can help. Don't do it by yourself. We are the Empowerment Circle. We're in this family together. And you know that we're not just online. And if you want to be a part of the Empowerment Circle, you just go ahead and opt in. Opt in to bit.ly/empowerment2021 to get on the mailing list. It's not just a one-way mailing list, right? We want to hear what's going on in your business. We want to hear what's going on in your ministry so that we can share it with our audience. Y'all remember those couple of days last week or last month when Facebook went away, right? We didn't lose connection to you. We maintained our connection to you because we had an offline relationship. This is not just a one-way thing. And we want to help you to develop that. So if you share with us what's going on in your life, we can add it to our newsletter if you desire, and we can send it out, but we can stay connected because that's what it's all about, is connecting. I need you. You need me. We're all a part of God's body. Stand with me. Agree with me. We're all a part of God's body. Thank you so much, Stephanie. She says Empowerment Circle is amazing, wonderful, and a lifeline of resources. I appreciate that. Yes.
All right, we got to get out of here now. We got 2 more minutes before we get out of here.
If he keep rushing to get out of here, I'm going to stay longer.
We still got to do stuff. Girl, goodness gracious. Anyway, today is Thursday. Okay, almost the weekend. We are doing a lot of things. We have next week we'll do male empowerment networks and women empowerment networks. Monday through every night at 9:00, I've been doing this thing called Story Time with Paw B. Last night I did the story of the 2 frogs. Yes. And some of you guys enjoyed that.
Yes. Stephanie, I think, is the inspiration for Paw B, although it is that's Stephanie. Melissa is the inspiration for Storytime with Paw B. It is wonderful. I actually got to tell the story of the 2 frogs last night. I was on a podcast as well. I think that there is life and there is wisdom in so many of the stories.
I got a bunch lined up
that we tell and that we learn. There's a lot of things that sometimes it needs to be told as a story just to get you to sit still and understand how it could be impacting your life. Tonight's story is putting the man together. And I'll tell that story tonight at 9 p.m. on Storytime with Paw B. But I was going to say, Stephanie said, share, and share. If you find this helpful, if you find this show fun, please be willing to share it. Absolutely. With your circle. The better you share, the more our show gets shared, the more Facebook populates it. Okay, so that's all I got for today. It's time for us to get out of here. We absolutely appreciate you coming on. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow for Friday. Remember, Friday is always Shout It Out Friday. Come with your business links in tow. We want to share who you are and what you do with our audience. And, it's Thursday. So don't forget to have sex.